the other players, and he just seems like he enjoys the actual environment,
Aye.
Which is.
I think he's a bit of a boy, to be fair.
Aye.
I can enjoy himself anywhere.
Aye. Aye, young guy with the world at his feet.
Aye.
Let's go for it, man. Go for it.
See, one thing I was going to ask is, after obviously we had Martin Beattie on last week. Loads of great feedback to that, by the way.
I listened back to it.
People really enjoyed the stories. Did you see the letter that Jay got for the chairman of Hamilton?
Hamilton Ackies, yep. Brilliant.
Excellent. Really, really good stuff. I put a big smile on my face on Christmas Day when I seen that.
Aye, so that's him going to his first Celtic away game, because he's always wanted to go there because the fans, he thinks, are better. And Paul's touched on that as well. Definitely away support, get behind the team. It's non-stop singing, and it is absolutely different for the home support. The home support is very, very sort of muted, and I'm taking part of the blame there as well. I go in and I don't jump about daft. I just sit and watch the game. But apart from the Green Brigade, it's a little bit of a library going to watch Celtic nowadays.
But then again, the crowd there on at the weekend there was pretty good. But then again,
that was pretty good.
It was, aye.
But then again, that could have been down to the gesture to the unemployed as well.
Yep.
I mean, so
good D plus 3 o'clock a Saturday kickoff.
Oh, well, that obviously had a bearing as well. But I mean, obviously, it's the way to go. But then again, we're not going to see a 3 o'clock kickoff until February, maybe.
Is this a stupid idea? But should we just let everybody sit where they want?
I think it's coming, Harper. I think you'll be maybe even next season you'll be buying your season ticket for a section rather than a seat, so you can actually sit.
That'll definitely help. I think that'll help the atmosphere. Right? That's why the way support, because they're all bunched together. You know what I mean?
Aye. And I also think, just a slight difference to that is what Scottish football needs today, and Jason said exactly the same thing there. What we have to do in Scottish football, fundamentally, to get better games and better atmospheres, we need to be encouraging away supports at every ground in Scotland. And it should be something like along the lines of a set price for every club to come to an away ground. Because, Ross County, I know it's miles away and they're a small club. They had about 45 people there on Saturday. If you go to a game and you've got 3, 4, 5,000 Hearts fans, Aberdeen fans, Hibs fans screaming at your team, that inspires you to cheer on your own team. And subsequently, it gets a better atmosphere and you get a better game translated. And that's not happening. But it happens when we go everywhere, because our team, Tannadice last week, we're getting beat 2-0. Fucking fans were still singing like fuck. You know what I mean? And that's the way it should be. I think we need to do something where we Celtic could lead the way here. We shouldn't be charging away fans 26, 27 quid to go into Celtic Park. Charge them fucking whatever you like. I couldn't care less for the money we make anyway. And encourage them to come and make a better atmosphere.
You can go back to the Kilmarnock game this season, Paul. Remember Celtic had the 2-for-1 offer with the walk-up, so they it applied to the away support as well.
Yes.
That's the biggest crowd Kilmarnock have brought to Celtic Park for, 20 years.
Easily.
They must have had about 1,000 fans there, or near enough. The high hundreds anyway, and it made for a good atmosphere.
Yeah, but see, touching on the Ross County, the unemployed people getting free tickets. Obviously you can't do that every game, but shouldn't there be a function whereby at least you get some sort of discount or some sort of unemployed discount on a walk-up ticket or something at the weekend? Because some of when the seats are empty, what's the point in not letting people in? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to spend money on food. They're going to maybe go to the superstore. Money's
even just on a cash gate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why not just have cash gates, man?
But then they panic with the season tickets. If they do discounts week on, week out, they'll panic that when it comes to renewing the season tickets. Well, I don't think it would have a great effect. I would still buy mine.
Yeah, well, that's the
but they would maybe think people wouldn't buy a season ticket because we'd just say, right, I'll just go in, if it's going to be a tenner a week or 15 quid a week, I might as well just pay in. But I would still put my money in, because season tickets fundamental for the club to go forward. Because we're in that sort of an unenviable position that our season tickets make up the bulk of our earning. We don't get it through sponsorship. We don't get it through TV deals. Our fans actually fund the club. So Celtic need that. Celtic is fundamental for Celtic to move forward and be able to sign the kind of better calibre of player than the rest of Scottish football. So we need the season ticket holders. So we need your 30 and 40,000 season ticket holders. But I still think we would do that See if we've got 20,000 spare seats. See if Celtic do, I don't know, initiatives each week to get the seats filled. I would have no problem with that, because people that are less fortunate than myself that can't afford to buy a season ticket, I've got no problem with them getting into the game free. I'll still pay my money at the start of the season. Yeah. And I'm sure it'd be interesting to do a wee poll among the support and find out, because Big Marty for the Ballymena Shamrock, he mentioned that at the meeting, Paul, and he says I'll always pay my money because I can afford it, and I don't mind. You know, and I'm in a similar position. I'm lucky enough I can afford it and I'll still pay it. I'm not looking for a 50 quid discount or whatever. I'm happy to put the money I'm paying in the now.
And see, the other thing as well, like we're talking about, you buy a ticket for a section rather than a seat. See how right now they're selling half season tickets.
Yeah.
Now, how many more would they sell if you could buy a half season ticket for somebody and then they'd sit beside you?
Yeah.
Aye.
You know what I mean? You buy somebody who might, as you say, Jason, who might not be able to afford to go to Celtic Park. You say, you know what, how much are they charging 200 quid? You know what, he's a good guy, him. He's doing his luck, there you go, boom. And he sits with you every week and gets back in the swing of things. You know what I mean? But instead you need to buy one and he's sitting up and you're sitting in 402 or whatever and he's sitting in 114 and it's like, well, what's the fucking point in that really? You know what I mean? Just wee things like that, you know. But I mean, I think they are overall. I mean, I was talking to a girl yesterday, Michaela, and she had a horrific experience at Celtic Park where a policeman arrested her for being drunk and disorderly. Now, I'm making a character call here. I think this lassie, the chances of this lassie being drunk and disorderly are probably the same as, you know, Joe going in sober. You know, it's just no chance. And fucking, it was just outrageous. Got arrested, boom, all this kind of thing. Never been back to the game since. But and she's complained against Police Scotland and all that kind of thing. And subsequently, I think no charges have been brought to her court yet. But Celtic have taken this fight on for her. You know what I mean? And this is, and Peter Law, got to Peter Law, and Peter Law said, absolutely, the weight of the club behind us, this is outrageous. And that these things matter to supporters, you know what I mean? They might not matter to the populace, but to that one lassie and her father who had to experience it as well, they'd never been back to a game since. Hopefully now they'll come back to Celtic Park and get a proper experience again. And I know people like John Botaylor and that, it's a hard, thankless task and there should be a many of them. But the longer they keep doing these kind of things, they'll reap the benefits in the future of it.
No, I totally anything that it can do to get more people through the turnstiles, it's got to be a positive, you know. And I think the club I think they are listening to the fans nowadays. They're kind of doing wee things that they weren't doing before, so that's got to be a positive. And as I say, I'm not looking for anything. You know, I'm fortunate in a fortunate position. I've got a decent job and I can afford to take my kids to the game. I'm not looking for any special discounts. I want people that can't afford it to get the benefit and get them into the stadiums. And look, if subsidised travel, you're right, Paul. These away grounds and stuff like that. I know they won't give us them. We'll be the fans that have got shafted because your Kilmarnocks, your Motherwells, your Dundee Uniteds, they'll shaft us because we're their lifeblood. But we should be sort of starting the ball rolling and saying to them, right, we'll give you 2 for 1 or whatever. You know, fill the away ends, get the stadium rocking, and then it's a win-win.
Yeah, but isn't it? I mean, how many? Look at it this way, right? How many times? I mean, say if I go to Celtic Park, right, and I haven't got a ticket, obviously I can pick up somebody's season book who's not there, right, and walk in. But I have no problem paying £10, £15 for that privilege of having somebody else's season book. If there was a function for me to, you know, put that money in there. You know what I mean? But there's not.
But that's not going to the club. That's going to me.
I understand that, but I mean, yeah, obviously, but I went to Goodison. That's exactly what happened. I mean, somebody had a season book. I paid that person £20. I went in their pocket. That's fair enough. I had no problem with that at all. But
that game was sold out. That's different.
But what I'm saying to you is, I mean, but by the same reasoning, though, even if it's not sold out, and somebody goes, "Here's my season book," but there's a function for me to go, okay, here's £15 for the privilege of that to go into the club. But
that money's not going to the club.
I know, but what if it did though? What if there was a way for that to be done?
But that's people handing their books into the club when they can't really make it. I'm just talking about Celtic getting it to people with the tickets and putting in some way that they can get a tenner or 15 quid. You're looking at existing season ticket holders to make the club more money, which that's too complicated.
I imagine that. Really. I don't know.
It's different, as I say, if you're selling at the game. And StubHub's fine, but the money's going to the punter.
Yeah,
it's not going to the club. And the thing is with Celtic's lifebloods, the people going through the turnstiles and the people buying season tickets, because we're getting very little money for anywhere else.
Joe, what you're basically saying is the club would have to be StubHub and the reselling the ticket and take a commission or whatever. Like, that's a complicated situation.
Yeah, but plus we also know Celtic probably couldn't pull that off either. Efficiently, anyway.
I mean, that is a difficult. I mean, there's a lot of work involved there. Like,
I understand that, but then again, why is the effort not worth it though?
I know. I understand what you're saying, and it's an idea, but like even just what Paul touched on the game I was at there, and I had a ticket, obviously that I'd bought, but I wanted to go and sit with Jason and Liam and the other fella, I can't remember his name, and I had to sneak in with one of Jason's kids' tickets, and just lucky that the woman looked away at the point where
come on, you can't be set. But you had your ticket, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I should be able to really just say, look, I've got a ticket here. This child seat's not getting used. Can I just go up and sit in that seat? Do you know what I mean?
But then should there be an upgrade charge then for that they can implement? I mean, if Jason wants to say, listen, Mehmet Harper's going to take my kids.
No, you can do that. You can upgrade your season ticket. I can upgrade the kids one for a few games a season. I've done it before. I mean, you can do that. But Harper had a ticket. He had a ticket for the game, but just in a different section.
Okay.
And I just wanted to go and sit in Jason's child seat, which wasn't getting used, but I had to fucking pull a fast one to do that. Like,
you should have went in.
Paul's saying you should be able to. What Paul's saying is, guys should be able to all go and sit together, no matter where they've bought a ticket.
Mm-hmm. Did you go in like Groucho Marx with your shoes on your knees? Was fucking walking in your knees? Nobody was Marx.
No, it just happened to be that this turnstile next to me, there was something happened, and the woman went to that. So and Liam's like, "Quick, do it now, quick!" She's not looking, and off we went. Like, oh, but. If I was going to get stopped, I had Liam's all ticket for last season. I was going to flash, not this hullabaloo, and you're like, I'm not just give me the fucking seat, like.
It's like fucking.
Do you know what I mean?
Fucking Midnight Express.
So you've already bought the ticket. Do you know what I mean?
I just have visions of you with your heart pumping like Midnight Express. Oh, as you go through.
Well, the thing is, there is doors when you're down the stairs that you can open to get up the stairs. I don't know how you do it, but you can do it. So if you knew that way, you just went into your normal turnstile and then made your way up. But you're right. It's a bit of palaver just to get a seat next to your pal at the football. And then there was a full row where we were sitting was half empty.
Aye, but no, that sounds great that Paul's saying that they're looking at buying a ticket for a section. That sounds great.
Yeah.
And obviously they're pushing the safe standing thing as well, which would start in 1-1-1 and hopefully just work its way around. So you might actually be able to actually stand at a football match again or sit, if the case may be. Big enough stadium to do either or, you know what I mean? But these are the things that matter to fans, you know what I mean? We know we're always going to get fucked with the kick-off times, and I actually pushed them on the telly thing. I was like, this, you know, when they announced the latest fixtures, and it was just like, basically every fucking game we're playing is Saturday or Sunday at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever. It's like, what is the fucking point? We're making about £1.8 million from this TV deal, which is absolutely nothing for us. Absolutely nothing. No benefit whatsoever. And we're getting fucked. And apparently what it is you cannot actually play in the SPFL until you sign up to the TV deal. And that's the reason why we have to just wear it.
Seriously?
Yep, that's what was voted in the 11-1 rule.
That is bullshit. Oh my God. I mean, that's financial handcuffs.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. I mean, you just think of the potential we could have. You know, Lawwell said it himself, not enough people are watching us on the telly. If we were able to market our own TV and our own games to whoever wanted to buy them anywhere in the world, you know, properly, not just like an internet feed on Celtic TV, games anywhere you wanted, Scotland, whatever, you know, you fucking make an absolute fucking fortune. You know what I mean? You would make an absolute fortune, but unfortunately we're hamstrung and we have to go with fucking BT and Sky who gives, you know, 30 Bob and fucking Derek Ray every week.
Tell you what, I was watching some of the Huddle online today. You know what, you can watch it on Celtic on the website. And I was looking I'm going to subscribe to Celtic TV this year, right? But they have two deals that are exactly the same, but different prices, right? They have an online yearly subscription that's £40 a year, right? And it gets you live audio, gets you match replays, and the Huddle online, right? Then they have £80 a year for UK, which has live audio, match replays, and a Huddle online. See, exactly the same package on the website, it says, but for different prices. Right? Who the fuck's on the website is my question. I mean, it's exactly this. Look it up. It's on Celtic TV. It's there. Like £40, £80, exactly the same thing.